Today, I'm reviewing everything I bought on Amazon this year. Well, for the past year, because there's a few things I bought at the end of last year for this apartment, for my move to this apartment, that I want to include in this review. And we're just going to get right into it. There's going to be three main categories. I'm going to start in the kitchen with kitchen items, and then that also includes some home items, which didn't really have another place to go, didn't really have a home, per se. And then we'll move on to technology. There's several technological things that I bought this year. And then the final category is beauty. Skincare, beauty, all that. So that will be the last category. Now about the chapters here, I will divide it by product. So if you're here for one product, feel free to just jump there. But yeah, today I am reviewing everything I bought on Amazon. Some things I bought just last month, some things I bought last November. They'll have differing levels of how well I can actually review them, but I will include that with each one. And again, these are just my opinions. So let's jump into the kitchen. One of the first things I bought was reusable food wraps. Now I had a few that I had gotten from Essie that were actually not beeswax. I thought they were, but they weren't. They were vegan material. So I bought these from Amazon and I don't like them. Do I use them? Yes, but I don't like these because they're too sticky. And honestly, I would just follow the link below to know what not to buy. Because I'm sure there are better ones. These, even if I wash them, they still are all sticky. They're really hard to wash, and then when you wash, you see the residue coming off. I do use them, but I would not buy them again, and I would not really recommend them. I'm sure there are less sticky ones out there. The vegan ones that I had were less sticky, which is a good and a bad thing. You want it to stick to the thing, but at the same time, you don't want it to leave residue on your hands and on the food. I personally think these are too sticky. The ends just get rolled over, and then I can't wash it well. That's not my review for this one. This is just one of them. The other ones I am using, as I mentioned, because it's what I have. I don't want to buy plastic wrap, so take what you will. I don't like these. 5 out of 10. Next one that I bought was this garlic press. This has been great. It works fine. It does its job. And that's all I can ask for. This part did fall off, like this black part is supposed to be here. But besides that, it has worked perfectly fine. I mean, when you press it, some garlic comes out and you just put it back in, press it again. And I have no complaints with this thing. Seems well built. It's pretty hefty, so you know it's real. And I have to say that this was worth it. We use it every time we use garlic, so 10 out of 10 for that one. Next is this meat thermometer. Now this thing is really finicky. It worked at first. It worked fine for like maybe a month or two. Then we started to have problems. Basically, it doesn't show the temperature in Fahrenheit anymore. No matter how many times I press this C/F button, it doesn't change. So it's always in Celsius. Oh, right now it's taking the temperature. It's 25.8 degrees. I didn't press any buttons, but it is taking the temperature. So the buttons don't really work. Sometimes I'm sitting there with it in the chicken or whatever, and it's just going crazy. I'm just blinking, and if I just press the buttons, it just makes it worse. So I have to have some patience to use it. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm sure you can find others, and you can probably pay a bit more and get a better quality one. But, I mean, it has worked for now, so I will give it 5 out of 10. I'm not a fan of it. I wouldn't buy it again, but I am using it. Next, I bought this water bottle. I have this one, which was a gift, and this one is for my husband because he wanted one that was insulated like that one. So this is really nice. This has been a good product. He's liked it. It keeps the water cold, he says. So it is lined with metal inside. Fairly sturdy. It's thin, so it will fit in cup holders, I believe. And the brand... How do you even say this? Do you know what? I think all those names on Amazon, like all the brands, are just random letters typed in. Whatever this brand is, that's what it is. Link below again. But it's been a solid option, and this color is really nice. They have good options for colors. So this one, yeah, 10 out of 10, honestly. The last thing I don't have with me because we are using it, and it's something I wish I bought a year ago because what we were doing for drying dishes was just laying out 4 little dishcloths and then sort of leaning them against the wall, like stacking them like that. We didn't buy a dish rack, and I didn't want to buy a dish rack. We were just doing that for a while, but I had seen this product, and I was like, you know what, it'll just be another thing to get in the way, to clean, and I don't want to fuss with it. So I didn't buy it, but I did give in a couple months ago, and I bought it, and we've used it, and it's been great because we only have so much kitchen counter space, and it really helps me take advantage of that full space when I'm cooking, and then use that rack for the dishes instead of using half the counter space to dry them. So I measured the sink so I would get the right size, and it fits perfectly. This is one thing I was wondering about. If you try to put a plate sticking up, I know you can do that in some sort of rack situations, but not in this one. It's too weak and it just will separate and let the plate fall. So you can't really do that, but you can have things on top horizontally. Honestly, that product has been 10 out of 10 so far. I have no complaints. It's only been a couple months, so no complaints about that one. Next, we're gonna go into a couple home things. Next is these little hooks that I bought. These hooks I bought for hanging the curtain. I wanted them as command strips, but nicer looking ones. I bought 8 of them. 2 of them have failed. Both of them are being used to hang up curtains, so maybe that's a little bit weighty, but my curtains are really light, to be honest. They're not light blocking or anything, so I don't think that's the issue. Well, maybe it is, because the one on this side, we always have the curtains on the right side, and that's the side that fell down. It kept tilting over, and it kept falling over, and every once in a while, the curtains would just fall, and I'd have to put them back up, stick it back on, but eventually it did just completely fall off, and we replaced it with the last one. So that's why I don't have one to show you, but I have used a couple other ones for a little place to hang our keys and one to hang a couple dish brushes, and they've been good for that. So 8 out of 10 because not all of them worked. What's 6 divided by 8? So that would be 75%. So yeah, 7 out of 10, I'll say. 7 out of 10 for those because 2 of them did not stick so well, but the other ones I've had no problems with. They've stuck and they've been great. The last home item is this fan. You might have seen me mention this before because I'm obsessed with ways to keep me cool here. I'm not using it now because it's actually cool right now. I love the weather right now. It's been breezy. I was actually chilly. It was amazing. I loved it. Anyways, this fan, it's been great because I didn't have any way to keep myself cool when I was doing lessons out here. We have an air conditioning in the bedroom and we have a bigger fan that we can move, but it was just noisy. So I was out here sweating in my lessons every night. But this fan saved me because I can plug it into the computer. It has a USB port thing, whatever you call these. It works perfectly, except the cool option, so the mist option, stopped working, which I only had it for like 6 months and stopped working after maybe 3 months. But I did try it the other day and it was working. So I'm confused if it is actually broken or if it just didn't feel like doing it. But when it gets low, even higher than when it says you need to refill it, it does need to be refilled. The only downside is that I don't know how to clean this thing. Like I should get a toothbrush and like clean it, but I don't know how to get inside and get around the fan blades because this thing has gotten quite dusty and quite dirty. And I know I can stick it in this part. This one has a little bit of a wider space for the toothbrush, but this side is filthy and I can clean the outside, but I don't know how to get in there. I don't see any screws or anything to take this thing apart and clean it. So that's my main gripe. It's just getting very dirty, which obviously I could do something about, but I don't know how to clean it as thoroughly as I wish I could. For that, I'll give it a 7 because it has saved me from sweating as much during lessons, during working. But the thing is, the cool option, the mist option hasn't really worked that well. I've never tried the timer option. The light still works, and it's a little bit dirty for my taste. Well, as I said, hard to clean. Let's move on to the technology category. First, I want to mention that we bought a backup power supply battery for our Wi-Fi because the power goes out frequently and sometimes it'll just last a few minutes, sometimes it'll last hours or days even, but we wanted something to keep the Wi-Fi running because my computer could still have charge, and if I had Wi-Fi I could still be doing the lessons, and that would be especially helpful when it just went out for a minute or two because then I wouldn't have to worry about wasting another 5 minutes reconnecting to the Wi-Fi, and this was something we really needed. So we bought one, it didn't work, so that one I'm giving a 0 out of 10. But we bought this one, and this one has been amazing. On the website, it doesn't have great reviews. It has a 3.1 rating right now, but it has worked for us. It doesn't give much information on Amazon. It doesn't give you a time of how long it should last. And I think it's just one of those things where it depends on your Wi-Fi setup. If it works for your Wi-Fi, then it works. If it doesn't, then you're out of luck. But for us, it has lasted about 1 hour, 40 minutes. And yes, have that timed pretty much down to the minute because of how often the power has gone out. It's fine. I wish it lasted a little bit longer, but it has saved me so many times. So I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Wish it lasted longer, but it does work for us. The next thing I want to talk about is something I actually made a review of, and that's these IKEA wireless microphones. You can see these on Amazon. Tons of brands that offer them. They look almost the same. As you might notice, I'm not using this right now because last time I tried to use it, I ended up wasting my time filming an entire video with landscapers outside. I didn't realize the mic wasn't working because it had a light. The receiver had the light and it just wasn't making the connection. It wasn't recording the audio. So I don't know what happened. Sitting on the chairs in a wet bathing suit. So let's bring a cover up. I like this dress. I wrote a question on Amazon page for it. I don't know how to reach out to the customer service. I searched the store page and I don't know how to do that. But I think I'm just out of luck. These haven't worked. And I didn't really like the audio quality anyways. It could be better for sure. They worked a couple times, but it's not amazing quality. I will give them 4 out of 10 because I don't know what's going on with them. I wish they would work. One alternative that I have heard recommended by someone I trust is the Maybesta wireless microphones. I'll link those as well. It's another alternative for a cheap microphone. Obviously, I got a new one. Happy with it so far. I can't give a full review because this is my first time doing an actual video with it. But yeah, these 4 out of 10 because they stopped working and I'm annoyed with that. And the audio quality wasn't what I hoped for. The end. Next, we bought an iPhone 8 battery because the one that my husband had in his phone was expanding. He couldn't use his phone for some time because it just expanded. But we replaced the battery and the battery works fine now. So far, we haven't had any problems with it. So that one's a 10 out of 10. Next, I bought a MacBook Air charging cable. I don't want to talk about my MacBook, but the cable worked. The end. Next, I want to mention these wipes. Okay, I use these wipes literally every day. As you can see, there's 300 of them. The worst part about this thing is the design of this box. It's supposed to come out here. You can see it looks nicer on that side, but it's just not sticking. So I usually end up putting tape around it. But I use one of these every single day. After I go to the gym, I take it and I wipe down my phone. The phone was sitting around in the gym. And then I use it on my Fitbit. If I had earbuds in, I use it on those. Sometimes on my computer. And then with whatever juices left, I just wipe up the bathroom quickly, toss in the trash, and then I take my shower. So these are great. I use them all the time. They haven't damaged any of my electronics. These are technically called lens wipes, but they work for all these things and they get it clean. So I recommend these. It's a great way to feel like your phone is clean. I don't know if they have germ killing properties, but it feels like it's clean. Okay, so that's what counts. I'll give them a 9.5 out of 10 just for the design of this box. Other than that, I like them. Well, I'll give them a 9 out of 10 because I don't know if they actually kill germs. That's my review for technological things. So let's talk more about some beauty and toiletry related items. First is this CoverGirl Full Lash Bloom by Lash Blast Waterproof Mascara. This is my go-to. It's my ride or die, my tried and true mascara. It holds the curl when I curl my lashes. It separates them. It doesn't get too clumpy. You can layer it and add more volume. It's been great. It's relatively cheap. So this is my go-to, and it's pink. So 10 out of 10 for this. Next, I bought a vitamin C serum because I was watching all these skincare videos. They all say you need a vitamin C and E serum. This is not C and E. Does it do anything? I don't know because I haven't really noticed any difference, but it doesn't hurt my skin either, I don't think. I'll give it 7 out of 10. It doesn't smell great. It feels kind of sticky when I take it out. You know, maybe I should add a 6. Yeah, I'll give it a 6. 6 out of 10 for this because it's not really doing anything. But who knows, maybe the CNE is soaking into my skin and making it better over time. 7 out of 10. No, 6 out of 10. Because I don't really like the smell either. But at least it's natural. Similarly, this one also has a weird kind of funky smell, but it's natural at least. So it's not like it's choking me with chemicals. But I don't think I'll buy it again. This is the Dickinson's Original Witch Hazel Pore Perfecting Toner. Fragrance free. It's just 100% natural distilled witch hazel. It's supposed to fresh skin, refine pores, but I still have problems with my pores looking too big. It's supposed to remove makeup too. I've never tried it for that. Helps depuff. I don't know if I can believe all these claims. It just hasn't done a whole lot for me, but I still use it. As you can see, the past 6 months I've had it, I've almost finished it. I don't think I'll buy it again, but it hasn't done any harm. 7 out of 10, I guess. 6 out of 10, because what has it done? I don't know. Next is this eye cream I bought about the same time. This has some perspiration because I keep it in the fridge so it's extra cool when I put it on my eyes. I love the, oh shoot. I always forget you're not supposed to twist it, you just take it off. The dispenser is great. You just use this to go in your eyes. Feels nice and cool. And I think I have noticed less dark circles. So something I will say works. I don't know if it's just that I'm not looking at my dark circles as much, but I do feel like this one has given me some hope. I don't need to have dark circles. I don't think it's that expensive either. This one is by Razonix Retinol Eye Cream. I do recommend this product. It did help me with my dark circles. At least I feel like it did. Again, I didn't do a scientific experiment with a control variable and all that, but I do like it. 10 out of 10 for this one. I don't have any complaints. These I just bought last month. These Oxy Acne Treatment Advanced Care 3-in-1 cleansing pads. This, when I first put on my face, I took one out and I wiped on my face. My face was stinging. Like, even smelling this just right now, it's powerful. This stuff is potent. My face was stinging so bad that my eyes were watering. Despite that, I kept using it. I'm still using it. I kind of like the sting, the burn in some way, but I don't know if I'll buy this again because it doesn't really seem to be doing anything for my breakouts. But again, I am using it. So I'll give it a 5 out of 10 because the burning is really bad. I feel like you shouldn't feel that with skincare products. Next thing I want to talk about is this hair oil. I've loved it. It smells so nice. I have yet to see if it's doing something for my hair. Maybe it's a little bit smoother. I don't really know. But I put it on every day, just like one little pump, and then put it on my ends. It smells so nice, like I'm in a salon. I thought when I bought it though that this was the full size, but this is just a travel size. It's so tiny. It's pretty expensive for the size, to be honest. It is a luxury item and it smells really nice too. A nice golden premium salon smell. I like it and I probably will buy it again, but it was kind of pricey and it's a very small amount. So I'll give it 8 out of 10. These few things are things I bought more recently. The next one is the sunscreen. I really bought this because it's mineral sunscreen, which is supposed to be better for you, and I read that it doesn't have any stinging, which I've yet to really test out because stinging usually happens to me when I've been at the beach. I've been reapplying sunscreen and sweating, and then my skin starts to sting, but we haven't tried that yet. I haven't had any problems. It's face and body, SPF 40. Coats Healthier Sunscreen, Sensitive, Non-Tinted, SPF 40. I've liked this so far. I've used it every day when I go out. I have no complaints, and I'll give it 9 out of 10 because I'm not entirely sure about it yet. And the last thing I bought is this Banana Boat Sunscreen Lip Balm, which is great. I bought it because I know it works and I like it. I will give this 10 out of 10. Aloe vera, vitamin E, SPF 45. This has been good. I liked it. That is all I have for today. Let's see, what is my best product? Well, I'll do it by category. Best kitchen product would have to be, honestly, the dish rack because that's to save me space. But if I had to go for what has been most faithful to me, this definitely wins the prize. Use this all the time. Worst one would definitely be, well, you know what? It's a tie because this is so sticky and I hate it. And this doesn't really work reliably. So it's a tie for worst. Now, what about technology? Best product. I always use these wipes. So that should be the best one. But you know what has actually saved me money and time and frustration is the Wi-Fi backup power supply. So I have to give the #1 prize to that one for the technology category. Worst one would be, well, I guess the other Wi-Fi backup power battery that didn't work for us. The best beauty product, you can probably tell I'm going to say this under eye cream. This has worked well for me. And the worst one, the Oxy pads, because again, it stinks so much, but I'm still using them. That is the best and worst of each category. Hopefully this video is helpful to someone if you were looking into one of the products. Hopefully you got what you needed. That is everything I purchased since moving into this apartment pretty much. Please let me know which product you came here to learn about or if you're just watching for fun. So have a great rest of your day and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.